Hey guys, it's Sam here, and we're frankly running out of time before WWDC. Okay, I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm getting a little bit more excited every single day, and there's some good stuff to talk about for watchOS 7 in today's episode. We're gonna go over every leak and rumor so far for watchOS 7 because it's just hours away. Kids mode, new toggles, new watch faces, they're all coming to watchOS 7, and I have a feeling we're gonna be seeing some mental health stuff as well, which we'll get into in just a little bit. So if you're excited for the video, I hear you're supposed to drop a like down below. I can't confirm it, but those are the rumors for the like system on YouTube. And hit subscribe so you guys stay up to date on the latest news. Love you guys. Let's go ahead and jump in. We know a lot of this stuff because the iOS 14 code leaked back in December of last year and indirectly exposed some stuff on watchOS. So lucky us. Let's go ahead and start off with stuff more than 80% likely to happen because, you know, that's a pretty good chance in my book. First, there are going to be a couple of new watch faces. One is going to be called Infograph Pro, which is hopefully going to be a more pro version of the Infograph watch face. That's the one, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but I use this one on my watch every single day. It was the one that debuted with the Apple Watch Series 4 in 2018, and kid you not, I've been using it ever since the watch came out in 2018. Apparently inscribed inside of this watch face is going to be a tachometer, a tachometer, or a tachometer. I don't know how to describe this word, but it's essentially an analog watch piece, usually that measures like distance and speed over time traveled. It's obviously not going to be analog because it's on a digital Apple Watch, but that is said to be the headlining feature of this watch face. The next watch face is called International, but I'm not exactly sure this is going to be happening anymore because the Olympics got canceled and apparently Apple was going to surprise everybody and be like, hey, to celebrate the Olympics, you know, you can set your favorite country's flag that you're supporting. But as the Olympics are canceled, we actually ironically had images of this one, so we knew what this watch face was going to look like, and this is the one that might not be happening now. And third, and closing the watch face sandwich, there's going to be a new iCloud shared photo album one, meaning if you and your family members, intermediate, extended, or anywhere in between want to just continually share photos on an iCloud album, everybody can choose that for their watch face, and then you'll have that rotating batch of photos. Me, I don't think I want a bunch of pictures of my family on my watch face. That's just not where I'm at in life. I am under the age of 65, but hey, if you're feeling like you're gonna like this watch face, it's gonna be there. One of the coolest parts of the Apple Watch, though, is the fact that everybody tends to have a unique watch face in some facet. And in watchOS 7, you're gonna have the ability to share your watch face. Obviously, this is highly requested because a lot of people will bump into each other. It takes a minute to go through each individual setting time and time again. So you run into a buddy, hey, oh, that's really cool. Here, let me just iCloud send it to you, and then you'll be able to download it straight to your watch, which is neat. Following this, however, are gonna be some of the more interesting changes to watchOS. I didn't think that the kid demographic in an expensive $400 watch was popping off, but apparently Apple thinks it might, or it already is. So in watchOS 7, there's gonna be a couple big kids features. One is a kids mode, we'll talk about that momentarily, but the first is the ability to pair like child Apple Watches to one iPhone. So if you're a parent, you know, let's say I have 3 kids, I can get them all Apple Watches, and rather than them having their own phone to pair it to, they can pair it to mine and probably customize it in some way. But the kids mode is gonna be really focused on like controlling what they're up to on their wrist. Now, I'm gonna be honest out here, I don't think I'd get my kid an Apple Watch before a phone, but maybe that's where we're headed as a society. Obviously, children have different exercise goals, if they have them at all, than adults. So rather than calories burned, because kids don't generally need to worry about that as, you know, when you get past that 20, 30, 40-year-old mark, it's gonna change calories to move time. So how many minutes have you moved every day? It'll probably encourage them to just get up and be more active, which is a really good thing. But if that's not enough for them, they're gonna be able to get rewards for playing sports or going outside, you know? So, I mean, who doesn't want a little sticker because they kicked a soccer ball around on the field and maybe scored a goal for the whole team? But obviously, you can't talk about kids mode on a watch without parental controls, so Apple is apparently bringing a school time mode here. Now, with the whole virus situation, I don't exactly think this is going to be used heavily, I guess, unless they're in online school at home or summer school or something, but you'll be able to regulate what apps they can use and when and for how long. So, you know, sorry kids, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to have fun on your watch after watchOS 7. Following that, for you and me, and for everybody else in between, Apple is finally adding sleep mode. So you can rest easy now. That sounds like you're dying. No, don't rest easy. Just go to bed and your watch will be able to track you. This is a feature that Apple has been working on for years because it leaked like 2 years ago now, I think initially, and then we saw some stuff about the firmware. Apple leaked it themselves in a screenshot before. It is coming this year. And I have a feeling it's gonna be really good. Like if they've waited this long, they wanted to get it right for a reason. So sleep tracking on apparently everybody's watches, not just the newest watch that comes out later this year. It's finally coming, so you can get some data on what it's like when your eyes are closed. You're also going to be getting a couple of new toggles in Control Center, as I mocked up in the hero image for the watchOS 7 update. One is for noise detection, so if you're somebody who has a hearing inability or you're hard of hearing, Apple's basically going to make it so that if sirens go off or babies cry or some alarm is sounding, you'll be able to get some probably haptic feedback, more importantly just a notification on your watch saying, hey, we've detected this feature. And in Control Center, you know, depending on where you're at, or maybe if you're around other people, you can turn it on or off. And going around along with sleep mode, there is going to be a toggle for that. So it'll probably be really easy to just say, hey, I'm gonna lay down, turn this on, go to bed. You wake up and you're like, wow, that was probably the worst sleep of my life, but at least my watch can tell me that. And platform-wise, there's a really big change happening that Apple Watch apps, they're not gonna be dependent on iPhone apps anymore. Like, you'll be able to be a developer and just develop for the Apple Watch, which is good. Like, you know, the whole developer situation with Apple and the community right now, it's not looking too hot, but this will at least be hopefully encouraging for the furthering of Apple Watch apps, because in recent years, like, there's just still isn't that much developer support. Like, I basically just use Apple's apps and maybe one or two third parties on a daily basis. Something else really likely here, reported by John Prosser, I believe by Everything Apple Pros, Source, Max Weinbach, and a couple of others too, is that Apple's working on some new mental health features. Now, these are apparently going to be for the Apple Watch, I guess, Series 6 coming out later this year, but I have a feeling it could be actually baked in to watchOS just because these are like kind of human-facing features being centered around mental health. So one example that we have is that if you're about to have a panic attack, which is obviously a really scary thing to go through, your watch will be able to somehow pick up on that, probably through your heart rate or previous patterns, and then alert you that you might pull over or stop what you're doing or try to do some deep breathing to reduce the effects. That's really cool. I hope we see more stuff. I mean, especially now when everybody's stuck inside, people that have never struggled with mental health before are starting to be like, wow, you know, it's kind of hard when my daily life is interrupted. So that's super cool stuff. As somebody who has struggled with mental health at many points in my life, this is going to be awesome. And I just can't wait to see what else they add. I hope that this feature is just the beginning. And running these leaks out, there's also going to be a new fitness app on the Apple Watch that was leaked according to Mac Rumors. This is essentially going to like follow your movement and track the progress of your workouts, because the actual app is going to be completely free apparently, and it's going to have guided workouts for like running, walking, apparently, you know, outdoor walking. I don't think we need help with that, but a couple of other things. I hope like weightlifting or something as well, because we all need to get back at the gym. But this next to sleep tracking is probably what I'm most excited for, just because, I mean, if I can get free workouts through Apple, that sounds like it'd be right up their health initiatives alley. Moving on to this next set of leaks, we're looking at around a 40% chance of these happening. That doesn't mean that none of these are gonna happen. Probably one or two of the three will. The first is that apparently there's gonna be a fresh design on the Apple Watch. Very, you know, very opaque there. We're not really seeing what's behind the wall, but it's apparently gonna look fresh. I don't think that it's getting redesigned this year, but maybe. Siri will apparently be getting some huge upgrades this year, according to the same source, which is the verifier. Now, we haven't seen anybody else corroborate this yet, but Siri is an always need of work, and Apple has been on a hiring rampage in recent history, so it could be this year. Again, I'm a little skeptical here. And unfortunately, this is probably the most credible of the bunch here. The second generation Apple Watch, the second gen model, isn't getting watchOS 7. Apparently it's too slow to support what Apple's trying to do with it this year, so you'll be a little out of luck. You could say SOL or watch out of luck because it's not going to be supported. And then even less likely than those rumors is that screen time is coming, which sounds a little bit far-fetched, but also Apple's added it on macOS and on iOS, and apparently it's coming to the tvOS update later this year, so I could see them just rounding things out. I don't feel like screen time for the watch would be that hard to integrate because they already have the infrastructure on like every other service that they offer. The only way to get your hands on this right away, legitly, you know, the second it drops, same second that I get it, is to join the Apple Developer Program. It's $99 a year, and you get access to the watchOS betas, tvOS betas, macOS, and iOS, and iPadOS stuff too. So it's a pretty good deal. It is $100 a year. I'll leave a link down below to where you can sign up for it. I'm a part of it. I think it's worth it. To be fair, my job is also to be an Apple YouTube. We'll know everything for sure on June 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard when Apple's event kicks off. It is getting really close. And just as a bonus little tidbit for you guys watching to the end of the video, I don't have any exclusive info to share, but I did hear from a little birdie that's very, very reputable that there could be some tidbits, some last minute leaks dropping sometime tomorrow on Sunday, the 20th. I don't know if they will. I don't have confirmation, but I'm saying they could. So be on the watch out, on my site Apple Track. That's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below. Hit subscribe for more. It means the world to me. Catch all you cool cats in my next video. Here's the watchOS 7.